Well, let me tell you something, brothers. I was at the gym today, clanging and banging these 24-inch pythons. I thought, Hulkamania is turning 40 this year, dudes. So I said, why not give a quick tour of my Hulk Hogan collection and show you everything I got Hulk Hogan related. And I hope you guys get a kick of this video, brothers. What is going on, you guys? It's your boy Alex West Collects here. I hope you enjoyed that horrible impression of Hulk Hogan. But what a feat. Hulkamania is turning 40 this year. I know a lot of us have the same passion. We absolutely love Hulk Hogan. He's been on top for 40 years. And I figured this would be an opportune time to show you guys all of my kind of Hulk Hogan memorabilia that I've kind of built up over the years, including the Mattel figures that I have in that detolf right behind me over here, as you guys can see. We have a bunch of figures here, more on the top. We're going to obviously get a more in-depth look, but I got more stuff on the other side of the room. For you guys who have been requesting the full room tour, I'm going to try to make it happen in 2024. It's not I don't want to do it. It's just I do share this space with my son, so there's a lot of kid stuff as well as a lot of adult man toy stuff down here in the cave. So I absolutely love my son. Happy to share the space with him, but he does have a lot of stuff. So I would like to kind of move his stuff out of here and kind of showcase the whole collection, you know, without it getting in the way, kind of. But today I figured this would be a great time again to celebrate 40 years of Hulkamania and show you my collection, from my autographs to all my wrestling figures. So stay tuned. So let's get it started. I want to start off on the very end corner of my collection room. I do have this beautiful NWO poster illustrated by Jonathan Bartlett. Really captures the whole kind of history of the NWO, from formation to their dominance during the Monday Night Wars. I absolutely love this piece. Would have loved to have gotten this signed by all the original members of the NWO. Unfortunately, Scott Hall no longer with us. Rest in peace. But one of my favorite pieces in my collection. This just looks so good. I just really love all of the artwork to it. And let's get right to the action figures to start us off, because obviously this is an action figure page. So this is a little bit of a cheat. I'm not going to lie. I do have this actually on. So I display my detolfs by era, and I have like a WCW, NWO, Attitude Era. That's where this one is, but I wanted to bring it in here, kind of showcase all of my mock Hogans. So the Ringside Collectibles exclusive Hollywood Hogan in the Defender. Love this figure mock. Not crazy about the torso, as you guys know if you have been watching my videos. This is kind of custom I put together. This is an Ultimate Edition Series 13 Hulk Hogan, using the Coliseum Collection backing to give it more of that vintage look in the classic red and yellow with the championship belt. So this was kind of a fun one to put together. I also do have Hulk Hogan's first WWE Mattel Legends figure, Legends Series 18. I was a big fan of this. I grabbed multiples. As you will see, I have multiples upon multiples of a lot of these figures. And you can see next to it the most recent Legends 21. This is also a cheat. This is on the WCW display shelf. And in the back here is my project. I do have the Hulkamania 3-pack. That is one I'm hoping to get signed by Hulk at some point with 3 signatures, but that'll be probably a separate video when it comes. So here I do have the Storm Collectibles 12-inch Hollywood Hogan. I never actually went and grabbed the red and yellow version, but this was a birthday gift that I did receive from my brother, actually. And if you guys want to get a quick close-up of this, was kind of like when there wasn't really any Hollywood Hogan or Hogan merchandise. So I'm not a big collector of these giant figures, but this was actually another space, but my son kept getting into it, so I kind of had to elevate him, put him high, so this isn't his natural position. Maybe when he gets a little older and calms down, doesn't want to mess with my stuff, I could put him back down on the floor where he was. But continuing along, so while I do have the mock figures here in the background, you'll see the Legends 21. I do have the Amazon Fan Takeover Ultimate Edition here. Now, mind you, there are different boxes, so I do have those on display. The font is different. Obviously, there was ones with different bandanas displayed. This has the bandana on, if you guys can't see that. In front of that, I do have Hulk Hogan from when he defeated the Iron Sheik, the Then Now Forever Together 40th Anniversary Pack or 60th Anniversary Pack. You can see him having displayed here with Mean Gene and the green championship belt. Some more goodies. This is one of my favorite packs ever, or just even figures from the Mattel line. We do have the Hulkamania 40th Anniversary 3-pack. I do have the Hulk Still Rules here. I did plus him up with the glasses. You can see he does have the Undisputed title. I wish I had more of the smaller ones. They're just so hard to come by, so unfortunately I had to use the larger ones. You can see I added the knee pad. Same with Hollywood Hogan. I added the championship belt. Wish that would have been included. You can see in the background there, I do have the WrestleMania 18 Hollywood Hogan, one of my favorites for my collection. In the back behind them, I do have the Ringside Collectibles Mega Powers 2-pack. Some of my favorite figures here displayed mock. A little fun one. I do have Hollywood Hogan on one of the Mattel motorcycles. Figured this would be a cool display. You can see I have the NWW title there. He's just flexing. And behind that, I have the Elite 96 with the war bonnet. Moving on, I do have some more NWO figures. I try to put guys who are really important to Hulk here. During obviously the NWO run, him and Eric Bischoff synonymous together. So I do have a loose version here of the Ringside Collectibles Wolfpack Hollywood Hogan. This is actually a plussed up Ultimate Edition figure. You can see he does have the Elite 39, was it 38? I forgot what series it was. Hollywood Hogan lower boots, and the boas and the accessories. But this is actually an Ultimate with some part swaps. Behind it, we have the Elite 91. Again, one of my favorites, not crazy about the torso. We have the Survivor Series Elite Mock. In front of that, I do have the Legends 18, Hulk Hogan. And then also the Survivor Series Elite Loose. I do have the Amazon Fan Takeover, Hulk Hogan here. Behind him, this is actually a birthday card that my family got me from Hogan's Beat Shop. If you guys want to see on the inside, I think it's generic. I don't think he made it out to Alex. Unfortunately, he just signed it, Happy Birthday Hulk Hogan. So always kept that in my collection. Will not get rid of that. Anything Hulk, I'm just going to hang on to. But you will see I do have another version of the Amazon Fan Takeover. That one actually has the bandana off. If you guys look at this one, he has the bandana on. And the font too, where you see where it says Hulk Hogan across. And how this goes up and down. So kept that in the Defender as well. This is another fun display. So I used the WrestleMania ring cart through the Ultimate Edition 13 with the flag here. Displayed all different versions of Hulk. I do have the WWE Superstars here. Plus them up with the Ultimate Edition Series 13, accessories. The Motu or Rattlesnake Mountain Hulk Hogan here. Also plus them up. You got some of these mystery minis. This one is actually a custom one painted by my good buddy, the Axe Heading. Did to me as a gift. I think I sent him some parts to get painted up. And he had an extra one. So I do have kind of like the yin and yang here. It's like Hulk and Hollywood. And I kind of wanted to have something displayed. So he was on the ring cart for the WrestleMania entrance. So I threw Hollywood back here on a custom NW motorcycle. There is a video somewhere on my page. Mac Decals helped me put this together. You can see, if you guys are going to be able to see it on top, but you can see on the actual tank, there's a decal of Hollywood from that bike. Come back out. We have the Superstars, Hollywood Hogan. The retro. I cannot wait for the retro Hulk Hogan. There's definitely going to be a spot for him here. For the yin and yang section is what I'm calling it. And behind them, you can see the mock versions of Hollywood Hogan. This was the first Hollywood Hogan I purchased off of Ringside Collectibles. He came in a Defender, and he's been in there ever since. Was that 4 years ago now almost? 3 years ago. Ultimate Edition Series 13 mock as well. And this is kind of my display of my favorite Hulk matches. So obviously, huge fan of that 3-pack. I can't tell you how many of these I bought. Have it mock. I have a few of them mock. I do have them displayed loose as well. If you can see the 80s Hulk, Hollywood Hogan, and the Hulk Still Rules. Plus them up also with accessories and title belts. Then I have Hulk versus Andre. One of my favorite matches here. I threw the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal trophy in there just for display sake because I had nowhere else to put it. So I figured, all right, here's an Andre display. It could be kind of displayed freely. So I threw it up there. And you can see them kind of facing off. I believe this is an Ultimate. I swapped the head from a battle pack to kind of match the skin tone. Kind of like an updated version of the Defining Moments. Starcade 97, one of my favorites. Him versus Sting. Kind of getting ready to do battle in their ring gear. So I don't have them in their entrance gear. And then WrestleMania 18, my favorite match of all time. We have Hulk Hogan versus The Rock. Moving on to the Detolf. So this is my one specific Detolf for everything Hulk Hogan. Whether it's, Elites, Basics, Ultimates. They're all kind of displayed here, minus the top versions that we just went through. This kind of has a mix of a few Jax figures here and as well. I'm going to try to get the best I can. And, I used to have, those, spice racks to kind of, stack them up so you can see behind them. But I'll be honest, they took up room for me, displaying other figures. So I said, I can't do that, man. I'm going to need as much space as possible because they're going to be pumping out Hulks. And I've been kind of, going through some of them because I have so many, duplicates where I'm like, All right, man, I got to get rid of some for my display to make room, and you'll see why. This is why I'm always so stressed out on space. But some of my favorites out front, I have Hulk Hogan with Mean Gene. Just seems fitting. I did throw the American flag title on there, or excuse me, the American flag on him here. You can also see probably my favorite elite of all time, Starrcade 97 Hollywood Hogan. I believe we already saw a few on display up top. We do have the Hulk Still Rules. I did plus this one up. Look for a custom video coming up soon on some Hulk Hogan fix-ups, but kind of a sneak peek here. This is the WrestleMania 9 version. I did plus up as an ultimate. Now, there's actually a video on my channel if you guys are curious how to put that together. We have the San Diego Comic-Con Rip. You can see all the different ones. I mean, I'm not going to go through all of them. In the back, you can see I do have some Jax figures. I actually did have every single Jax Hulk Hogan figure, minus that 1 of 100 at one point. And once I got the Mattel bug, they had to go. Look at this. This is just Mattel, and I'm starting to run out of room. I do have kind of like my least favorite ones in the back. I'll be honest, the basics are kind of backers. You can see the Wolfpack version, another Ultimate Hollywood here, and that's another one. I bought a lot of these Hollywoods, and now they're kind of redoing it with a updated skin tone and more articulation. So I'm kind of making some cuts on those, or just kind of putting them away, because personally I just think they're going to be better. But also WrestleMania 18 version here, different heads, kind of just different display options. I do swap out the boots and stuff, but this is kind of the main display shelf here for most of my elite Hulk Hogans. Moving on to shelf number 2 of 4 on this detail. So do you have a few more customs? I do have an Ultimate Edition kind of done up in the WCW gear using the Legends 18 gear. And this is why I buy multiples. You can see I just like to swap accessories and parts and really mash them up. This is the Then Now Forever Together 60th anniversary pack. This is actually on an Ultimate Edition body. I did actually want to throw on a few more titles to have like one Hulk with like almost all the titles he won. So I threw on the Ultimate 13 title as well as the big green belt. Another 3-pack Hulk Still Rules, one of my favorites. Mr. America. Here's another custom I put together. It's an ultimate kind of early rendition of Hulk Hogan. Again, look for a custom video, fix-up video from like a fix-up city coming real soon to my YouTube channel. You can see the Coliseum Collection Ultimates, another Hollywood, another Rip, some more Ultimate customs. Like I said, there's just a lot. And I have, proud to say, I have every single Hulk Hogan Mattel item released as of yet. So on top of all the custom and fix-up, I have all the basics. You can even see that Create a Superstar, which was like a ghetto Mr. America version that came out way early on in the Mattel line. But here is shelf number 2. Moving on to the third shelf of the Hulk Hogan detail here in my collection. You can see some of my favorite Ultimates. So I've dropped hints a few times. Stay tuned for this Ultimate custom fix of Hulk in the white trunks. A huge shout out to my boy Mania Customs who helped me put this one together. You can see the Amazon fan takeover with the shirt being ripped here. One of my favorites. Love that display option. You could tear the shirt. I feel like they overdid it a little bit, including with every Hulk Hogan, but it was definitely such a nice feature. We have Rip with the rip hands. Mr. America. This is an actual Ultimate fix-up too. That's kind of hard to see when you plus them with all the accessories. So I do have 2 Mr. Americas that are converted to Ultimates. This is one of them, the standard version, as well as another Hollywood Hogan, plus that with some Storm Collectibles accessories. Behind them, you can see the basic workout Hulk. And this is one I had a poll for you guys to ask, which shirt did you like better? And people were like, keep it as is. What are you doing that he never wore that? First of all, Hollywood definitely wore the cowboy boots with the plain black trunks with either a Terminator shirt or that, like, airbrushed NWO shirt. So I had 2 of them in my collection, as you can see on the top shelf. The second one, I wanted to plus up and just have them displayed a little different. So I went with the Terminator shirt. I think it looks badass. Had the spray can displayed. I feel like we need more spray cans. It's been a while since we've gotten them from Mattel. We have another Hulk Still Rules 3-pack. My custom finger poke of Doom Hogan here on the left. This is actually an Ultimate conversion as well. We do have the Ringside Collectibles Hollywood Hogan plussed up in Ultimate form. Storm Collectibles Hollywood Hogan here too. Pretty underrated figure. Some rare Hogans here. We do have that bloody Ringside Collectibles exclusive. You can see that on his face. I actually did plus him up with a deluxe version on the back here. You can see I swapped out the head and the arm to give him more of that kind of blood coming down. One of my favorite Hogans, definitely unique and rare. Some more Storm Collectibles here in the back. And they're great figures, but they've kind of been pushed to the back because I just feel like Mattel's just done such a great job. A few customs here. I swapped the head and threw on some extra accessories to plus them up, as well as a Jax Classic Superstars Hulk Still Rules all the way in the back. Moving on to the very bottom, last shelf of my Hulk Hogan collection, you can see some more different fix-ups. So this is the Chase Mr. America, also converted to an Ultimate Edition body. You can't see it underneath, obviously, due to the accessories. I do have a Hall of Fame induction Hulk Hogan. Obviously, he's got a Bruno Sammartino plaque, unfortunately. He is a little smaller. I would love to eventually fix this up and kind of make it a little more proportion or more size to Hulk, but for now this will do, just kind of have some representation. I feel like that would be an awesome figure for Mattel to kind of give us down the road. Maybe even the Legends line, maybe that could be one figure or something. Another video coming on this custom Ultimate Edition Thunder Lips. I'll give you a quick sneak peek here. Absolutely love how this figure came out. We'll give you the formula to kind of make your own at home. You can see we do have another 3-pack 80s version of Hulk here in the blue boots. Behind it we have the kind of the modern day one, and this is one of my favorites. I actually swapped out some sneakers on this figure, if you guys can see, to give him those Jordans look, the Jordan looks, since he's been wearing them, since he's kind of come back to TV later in the years. Would love to see the Elite 34 redone. Maybe that's part of the greatest hits line, maybe updated tan or something, but one of my favorites. We do have the SummerSlam Elite here, as well as the figure that really started all for me collecting Hulk Hogan figures was that Jakks Classic Superstars Hollywood Hogan back there. That is one of my favorites. I actually do have one with a torso swap that my good buddy helped me put together. So I do have him in the actual t-shirt as is. I never really cared that we got Hollywood Hogan in a molded, painted black t-shirt. Like, we never got one in ring gear. So it's somewhere here in my collection. I'm sure it was spotted going through the shelf, but we do have the original version there. Another Ringside Collectibles exclusive Hollywood Hogan from the Wolfpack. Another Ultimate Hollywood Hogan. The Storm Collectibles, we do have the different version down here with the white boots, if you guys can't see that, as well as the classic red and yellow Hulk. We do have a few of the Ringside Collectibles American made with Storm Collectibles and the Mattel, the Elite 96 with the War Bonnet. I do have a few basics back there. I did swap out some of the accessories to kind of plus them up, as well as kind of a custom, early rendition of Hulk here. If you guys can see that, I took the actual accessories from the WWE Superstars figure and threw it on an Elite to give him that kind of promo look with the glasses. So one quick look through here, as well as another Hollywood Hogan with the Terminator shirt on. Some of my favorite figures in my collection here. So now that you've seen the figures, let's look at the other memorabilia I have. So I do like the whole Hollywood and Hulk Hogan kind of split. So I have two weight belts here. One with the Hollywood Hogan weight belt signed by Hulk here, as well as the Hulkamania yellow weight belt also signed by Hulk, both from Hogan's Beat Shop. You can see the Hollywood belt, they actually met Hulk at his beat shop, and this was, I believe, WrestleMania 33 in Orlando. Met Hulk, had that weight belt, and a great story. It's I had purchased it the day before, and I think they had just recently opened the Orlando shop not too long ago. So Ron, who runs Hogan's Beat Shop, when I came up with Hulk, was asking, where'd you get this weight belt? I was like, I came to the shop a day before, I know you guys weren't quite open, but they allowed me to purchase this belt. So Hulk takes the weight belt and actually just cracks it on the floor and just because, I used to really mess some people up with this guy. I listened to the sound of that, and I was like, yeah, that's how you crack it with the ladies. And I just gave him the biggest pop. He just started hysterical laughing and threw me a too sweet, and I will forever remember that. It was such a great day. They always tell you, don't meet your heroes. I met Hulk a few times, and he's just been absolutely amazing. So I do have that immortalized here in this photo. I just feel like a kid in the candy store. Glad he wore the Hollywood shirt there to kind of complete that look. And I also did meet Hulk at New York Comic Con. I believe this is 2013. Funny story, you can see they rushed us. I had paid for the picture, and there's the receipt in my hand as I'm flexing with Hulk. But this also popped Hulk. My buddy was dressed up as a Macho Man from the NWO, and he really loved it. You can see me all decked out in my Hollywood Hogan gear. I actually do have this belt signed. You have seen that if you watched a few of my videos in the background, which we will get to within this review. But one quick look through at my signed Hulk Hogan, Hollywood Hogan weight belts. Continuing on, this is what I call my Hulk Hogan wall. So obviously everything's a Hulk Hogan wall here, but just a few kind of knickknacks here. The Loyal Subject figures. I forgot what even this line's from, but I did grab these at Five Below figure. They were nice little pieces. This shirt I actually won from a contest at Hogan's Beat Shop. I entered the giveaway. I won. I got it signed to Alex by Hulk Hogan, so I do have that framed. And again, going that same theme, I do have a Hollywood Hogan NWO shirt signed by the man himself. Two of my favorite pieces, just Hulk Hogan's signed memorabilia. I don't know how much they're going to be worth. I don't collect for value, but to have them signed here by Hulk, I'm sure he signed so much, especially since opened his beat shop. Just fun stuff to keep, on display here. I also do have this bandana Also came from Hogan's Beach Shop. You can see the certificate of authenticity there. This was kind of that skull cap he would wear. Also signed by Hollywood. You guys can't see that. I'm sorry, my reflection's in there. But again, just a fun piece to kind of go with this. And this really started off as like a Hollywood Hogan like wall and just space and room. And we'll start at the top. So I do have a few of the Hasbro figures from the Hulk Hogan days. And I don't have like a huge like nostalgic feel to these like some guys do. I had them as a kid. I believe the Series 1 was the only one I had. I didn't have any of the other ones. I believe my cousin had this one. I go play with the flexing one. But I just felt it was kind of cool to have maybe some representation here in my collection. So here are the Hulk Hogan retro, or I can't even get it right. See, no nostalgic feel to it. The Hasbro Hulk Hogan figures. I did display it with the retro Hollywood Hogan as well as Mean Gene. Those are the only ones I have in my collection. I'm not a big retro guy, I'll be honest. Just like I said, I'm just not super nostalgic to it, but I felt it was important to have Mean Gene. We are getting Hulk, so I do actually have a few of these retro Hollywood Hogans. But they look great displayed together here, side by side. I do have that Bendham's Hulk Hogan figure. I wasn't going to keep it because it was just so lousy. I was like, hey, I'll throw him up here as a miscellaneous. So here you can see a picture of me and my buddy. That's what I was telling you when we met Hulk. We were dressed up. If I could zoom in, Hollywood and Macho Man. Hulk absolutely popped and loved that. So that's something kind of cool. Huge Kobe Bryant fan. Still finding some space for this, but this was actually at his 61-point game at the Garden. I know this is a caveat. This isn't Hulk Hogan, but it's here. So I guess I'll give the backstory. That was my ticket when I was at the game. He dropped 61 on the Knicks. One of the best experiences ever in my life. Here we have a few of these Superstar Hulk Hogan figures. We have all the versions and their chases. Obviously, I only have one of the Motu one. That one became really rare and hard to find. So I do have the most recent ones with the chase versions. You can see I have the blue boots, as well as the yellow and the workout suit, the Hollywood Hogan. And let's continue on with this display. So again, me meeting Hulk at Comic-Con. You can see him signing the belt. What a great feeling. There's actually a video. They put a whole video of this day, whatever day it was, day 1 or day 2 at New York Comic-Con, and it's actually on YouTube somewhere, me meeting Hulk, and it was pretty cool. Got a picture of that. You can see I do have, this is probably my prized possession, NWO Championship Belt signed Hollywood Hogan 2 Suite NWO for life. Looks amazing on this display. I know a lot of people have asked about display. I believe the company is SF Display or something. I bought this off of eBay. I believe it's like a $200 display at the time. I don't know if it's gone up, but looks really nice. Was easy to put together. It's okay material, but it gets the job done. So I wouldn't say it's like the most premium display piece put together, but it gets the job done. It looks nice. I did throw in a Hollywood Hogan. Again, one of the first ones I got off of Ringside. I do have a signed Hollywood bandana here. And that same picture of me meeting Hulk, plus that certificate of authenticity. That came with this bandana, but I figured it'd be kind of cool to have it here displayed with this championship belt. Moving down below. So this is my next project. I actually purchased this Defining Moments signed Hulk Hogan figure, also off Hogan's Beach. I think I paid $90 at the time, and it's going for quite a lot more now that time has passed. This figure's quite old, but that was my first signed Hulk Hogan pieces of memorabilia. I believe I got a free signed 8x10 with that purchase, so it's crazy how far we've come. This is my next project, so I do have all the Ultimate Hulk Hogan figures here displayed. I would love to get the Ultimate Edition Series 13. I'm contemplating grabbing one off of WWE Shop just to call it a day. I think it's $350. I have a gift card for Christmas that I'm going to use to get it down. It was on sale for like 30% off, so it was like $250 and change plus tax, minus $100. I think I'm just going to go that route to kind of get it off the list. I really do want to get these all signed. I do have the Hollywood Hogan one signed. Also from Hogan's Beach Shop, my wife got me this for my birthday. So one of my grail pieces. I would love to get the new one updated and signed by Hulk. Also do have the Coliseum Collection Hulk Hogan. Like at some point, I want all the Ultimate Hulk Hogan figures signed. I know one person out there has it. Steve from Mattel displayed that on one of his Instagram stories, and I was so jealous. They just look so nice. But that is a huge mission of mine at some point to get done. Here are some of my autographed photos. So I do have the Bash at the Beach turn here. If you guys can see that. Kevin Nash, Scott Hall signed it. I had Mean Gene sign it shortly before he passed away. So sad. But I was so happy to at least get that done. Big memory of my childhood here. And it just needed Hollywood Hogan to sign it down the middle. Another piece I need to get completed. I'm dragging my feet, I feel. This just has to get done. He doesn't do a lot of signings, so maybe it's going to be a trip to Hogan's Beach Shop just to get it done. I know he's doing one for Rumble. Almost went, just timing, everything didn't work out. I do have him for my favorite match. Also, my wife purchased this for another birthday of mine. Hollywood Hogan versus The Rock. Would love to have The Rock finish that off, too, at some point. Some more Hollywood pictures signed. Another Bash at the Beach 3-pack. Hollywood Hogan NWO. Some more memorabilia. They're not all Hulk here. I do have Cody Rhodes, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin. I met at a flea market, as well as Triple H in China. I met way long ago. But this was that free 8x10 I had mentioned that came with that Defining Moments Hogan. You can see signed by Hulk Hogan and the Hulk Still Rules promo gear here. Absolutely love it. I also didn't want to glance over these on my couch here in the man cave. I do have some buddies, or Bash and Brawlers, as well as NWO pillow. This is the Big Shots Hollywood Hogan. The company is Big Shots who put this together. Looks really good and detailed. I got this from Hogan's Beach Shop. I believe they were exclusive there. The new kind of school Wrestle Buddies. I would love to get the original Tonka one. I think that is for sure on my list. I don't have it. I don't even think I had it as a kid, to be honest with you guys. So Macho Man kind of hanging out here. This was actually mine as a kid, and it still works, still in great condition. My son now throws it around. It's his, so hopefully he takes good care of it. This actually purchased off of the secondary market. I was like, man, I never actually had the Hollywood Hogan one, so he still works.
Oh, hey, get off my God.
So glad to have that in my collection here, as well as a few other buddies. And coming to the end, we do have a few more signed Hulk Hogan. So again, sticking with the Hollywood and Hulk. This was from Hogan's Beach Shop as well. My wife got this for me when we got engaged as a engagement present. You can see it is signed Hollywood Hogan for Life, NWO2 Suite. And then we also have Hulk Hogan Hall of Fame 12-time champion brother. Love this poster. Just looks so cool. And another prize piece also purchased by my wife. I'm very lucky. She gets me a lot of stuff for Christmas or my birthday. But I love this SummerSlam 2005 when Hulk took on Shawn Michaels. It just looks really cool. Kind of like a nice artsy photo. Nothing fancy about it, but it is signed by Hulk here. And it just looks so great on display. And one of my favorite matches of all time. There you have it, my complete Hulk Hogan collection between my action figures, all my signed memorabilia and posters. Definitely got to represent Hollywood here, making the switch to the NWO. I just want to say congratulations to Hulkamania turning 40. It is an amazing feat that probably will never be accomplished ever again. This guy has just been on top so long, been doing it, for so many years. Obviously not wrestling now, but this is a guy that people still talk about to this day. Just transcended not only the business, but pop culture. I know a lot of people are always asking, what is it about Hulk Hogan? Like, what do you love about him? And it's just like, growing up in the late 80s and early 90s, this guy was a real life superhero. Like, you had like Batman and Spider-Man, Superman, but those guys were on TV and the movies and comics. Like, Hulk Hogan was real life. You could go to a wrestling show and watch him perform, this big man with these big muscles, this crazy tan, the gimmick, the American hero. Say your prayers, eat your vitamins, you could look just like me, and it was just such a good message, right? For the time. So to me, it always stuck with me, and this is the nostalgic feel that I have looking around here. It just makes me so happy to come down here and look at all this Hulk Hogan stuff. I am, maybe in the minority. I don't know. There's a lot of Hulkamaniacs out there. I'm not going to sit here and say I have the best collection. I'll shout out other guys like a Mike LaPuma. I've seen his collection. Looks amazing. Just happy to be a Hulkamaniac and be in the community of you guys who really do support Hulk, but just so many good stuff. And like I was going to say, I might be in the minority of saying, hey, pump out more Hulk Hogan figures, but keep pumping them out, Mattel. I will keep buying them. They just make me so happy. I get the question all the time, how many Hulk Hogan figures do you think you have? Now, I showed you my Hulk Hogan Detolf. There are other Hulk Hogan sprinkled throughout other eras. We have the Ruthless Aggression. We have, obviously, the Monday Night Wars. So there's more. I would love to do a full room tour eventually, as well as I'd even show you guys I have 2 bins of mock figures I've kept. Just in case. You just never know. Never know what happens. That's why I buy so many. People ask, why do you buy so many? I like to do customs and fix-ups. And you know what? God forbid something happens. Hulk Steel runs out or whatever. Like, crazy things have happened where he's no longer with the company. I can go out there and say I have every Hulk Hogan I ever need and not have to pay the inflated price on the secondary market. I do have 2 containers of just loose extra figures. Like, I'm crazy. It's disgusting. You've seen some of it, but there's really even more that I didn't even get to. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I really do appreciate you guys supporting me and my channel, and I will catch you all on the next video. Take care, guys.